Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice, and this is your weekly sacred check-in through the voice of the runes. This week we arrive in a moment of stillness, a clearing in the forest path, not quite a summit, not yet a descent, a valley between those peaks where the wind slows and the soul has space to listen, to integrate. Next week brings a full moon in Aquarius, shining a light on collective truth and liberation and the higher mind. Mercury stations direct in Leo on the 11th, finally unsticking our voice, our expression, and our desire to be seen authentically. Mars enters Libra on the 6th, shifting our willpower into relational and balanced motion. But this week, it's the breath between the movements. The stars ask us to pause and gather, to tend what's already in motion, to pivot gently, refine our direction, and root into presence before energy accelerates us once more. In numerology, we're passing through a number 6 week, offering harmony, responsibility, and inner alignment. This supports choices made from integrity, not from fear. The runes carry the ancient knowing through the veil. They speak not of what is loud, but what is true. Let's have a listen.
Greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Let's jump right on in, get your rune for the energetic past, and right away we have Uruz. Uruz is the ox rune, a lot of momentum, a lot of work, focusing on your natural vitality, very much a grounding work. Again, the reminder here is when the runes are having the lines going straight down, this very grounded energy. So this is like the Uruz, the ox, where it can be a little slow to start off, but it gets that momentum and it moves quickly, like going downhill, think of a huge wild ox running down a hill, gaining that speed. So you could have been coming from a very fast-paced kind of energy here recently, Gemini, where you're either mentally, physically, or emotionally, or spiritually fast-paced, needing to be grounded, or coming from more grounding type of practices, focusing on your natural vitality, your grounding work, of course, eating right, your whole diet complexity, right? The energies we surround ourselves with, we become. So what are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What sort of comments and energies do you allow to pass? And what do you challenge? So these are things to really focus on moving forward because of this momentum. You're bringing that energy kind of with you here, Gemini. You're a mutable air sign. Trust me. Yes, I get it. I'm a Gemini too. But momentum is a thing that we sometimes struggle with, Gemini. We need to kind of hit the corner of the building a few times and learn the lesson in a few different angles, a few different ways before we move forward sometimes. Taking what resonate, please, and leave what doesn't. We're in the energetic now position here. And this is Fehu. Fehu is very much about abundance. So focusing on what abundance means to us. As our abundance starts in a grounded way and increases, so too do our avenues of investment, our responsibilities, right? So as we gain more cattle, because Fehu means cattle, as you get more cattle, you need more pasture, more security, more feed, more decisions on what to do with them as they multiply, as they grow. So these are things that you are looking at. So this is a rune sort of natural abundance, and this is more in your how you view, value, and cherish your abundance, like typically monetarily in more 3D aspects, but I really challenge us to consider notions of spiritual abundance, emotional abundance, mental abundance. What do those things mean to you, Gemini? Let me know in the comments below. Fehu is a beautiful one right now, too. You could just be having a nice, lucky, prosperous, very abundant energetic time here this week, which is beautiful, Gemini, because you get to take that abundance and apply it. When you apply it, you're in through Theresa's here in your energetic future. This is like the thorn or Thor's hammer. This is something that's very thorough, like Mjolnir is that lightning quick strike that is something that needs to be done quickly, needs to be done thoroughly. Like you want to pull out a thorn all the way, right? Less you risk having like an infection or something like that. This is something you want to do all the way. You want to commit to it. You want to put your whole self into it. And so here's the reminder. The hammer can build, destroy, or protect. The choice is always up to you, Gemini. So is this frivolous spending in your future? Is this a wise investment? Or is this investing back into here in your natural vitality? Are you feeding back into this abundance loop? These are great asks of yourself here, Gemini. Let's get your influence for the energetic now here. Wow. Sowilo. So Sowilo is the sun rune. Sowilo is very much that luck, very much that abundance and success and joy. And the sun, it just shines its light onto everybody and everything, kind of like you like to do, Gemini. And you kind of piss people off sometimes when you're doing that just by showing up. But that's fine. The sun shines its light on anybody and everybody. Not everybody appreciates the sun, right? But the sun gives us warmth, security, life-giving energies regardless. And so too do you. And are you called to do so, Gemini? So with this abundance, with this natural vitality, with this feeling great energy here this week, man, you're just like shining, shining, shining. All right, what's your advice for the now? Your advice for the now is stay tuned in to divine. This is Ansus. This is the antenna rune. This is prophetic dream work, divine downloads, increased intuition, meditation. A lot of that stuff is a lot easier. This is still a very grounded energy, right? So this is listening to that inbound communication, like being open to spiritual signs, like palindrome numbers, animals, things like songs on the radio that seemingly strike a chord out of the blue. You know what I'm talking about. So take what resonates here, leave what doesn't, but this is staying open to that communication, Gemini. And you're a very communicative sign. You're always open to that communication, I believe. So this is just saying, keep on being yourself. Keep on being open to communication. We think we might know a lot right now because we're riding this huge, beautiful, energetic wave, Gemini. I'm a Gemini Sun, Gemini Venus myself. And I'm very curious to see what this outcome is. What is the I don't think we can get better runes than what's already out here. Outcome is Radho. So this is like change of house, spouse, or career. Radho is going with the energetic flow, surrendering to the flow of things. Radho is very grounded, but always has a leg moving forward. So you can be grounded and surrender to flow at the same time. This momentum gave us some good abundant energy to where we get to shine for everybody. But now we're open to the increasing our intuition, spiritual gifts, and you get to move along and ride along with these divine downloads. Like divine's talking to you. It's always up to you to listen. And so when you surrender to that flow, you have the guidance for that swift action. So whatever this is, building, destroying, protecting, do not make your mind up about this yet, Gemini. Okay. Theorizas, this thorn, whatever this is in the future, this could be something that is not a part of your divine flow that needs to be removed from your life so you can experience better health, because you might have had a little bit of a scare of this back then. I know I did. I've been in front of camera here the last few weeks with a big shiner from a bike accident, and I probably should have been in the hospital. I was concussed. So I definitely experienced this. Yeah, and I feel definitely very lucky with my friends and abundant energies here. So I resonate with this a lot. So let me know in the comments below how this resonates for you, Gemini. Let's get your chakra token here for the week. I don't think I shuffled these. That was from the last reading. I apologize. I remember I shuffled the runes. So let's try that again. If the same one comes up, we'll do it. That one rolled out. Okay, this is the one I grabbed. All right, so we have the beautiful sacral chakra, 417 hertz. Detoxifies. It helps facilitate change and undo past wrongs. The sacral chakra is 417 hertz, located below the navel, and it's related to sexuality, creativity, intimacy, and pleasure, Gemini. If you feel sexual repression, lack of creativity, intimacy issues, or you're someone who is emotionally isolative, then you could be someone who needs to work on their sacral chakra. I know I sometimes work on this just for the creativity, simply for that. Listening to the solfeggio 417 hertz will help elicit more openness, creativity, and sensuality. As a result, you'll experience more pleasure and harmony, so you do get to continue this moving forward in divinely guided ways if you so practice, Gemini. So let's get the mudra, the hand mudra for the sacral chakra. The mantra is VAM, V-A-M. Here is the mudra. Okay, we're going to make a pair of binoculars. We're tucking in our thumbs underneath the index and middle fingers, like this. Putting those knuckles together, and then the ring finger, pinky finger are going to stay tips touched. We're bringing our wrists together, making those binoculars, right, with the thumb, and we still have the index and middle fingers touching there. So when you look at it from afar, like you hold your arms out, it almost looks like a bunny rabbit with the bunny ears. So again, this mantra is VAM. This is the sacral chakra hand mudra. You just rest this in your lap with the 417 hertz solfeggio frequency playing. And this is the beautiful orange, salmon, and white colors. All right, namaste, Gemini. Have a blessed and abundant week.